I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another request for Johnny. Thank you so much for that. A paid request. If anyone wants to send a request, whether it be reviews, topics, reactions, re-reviews, pretty much any type of video, you can send a request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is I guess I would say re-review, because I reviewed this once in the past, but I deleted it for a number of reasons. Number one, I just wasn't happy, and I honestly fucked up during the review. And it's Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was a Blu-ray that was sent to me a long time ago, because they know I'm a Ninja Turtle fan. And like I said, Johnny, thank you for the paid request. He wanted my thoughts on this. If you like the film, if people like the film, that's cool. It's a 7.1 IMDb. Is there stuff to like? Sure. The fact that you have a Ninja Turtle film that's PG-13, has a little bit of blood in it, that's interesting. I remember the comic books where these characters teamed up. Of course, the comic I read, my favorite scene, nope, can't be in this fucking movie. I'm not a fan of this film. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people liked it. That's cool. But to me, I wish I had their enthusiasm. I really do. I wish I had that enthusiasm. Number one, I think the Turtles look a little bit derpy at times. Their design. Especially Raph. Raph, if you put some eyebrows, he almost looks like the Thing from Fantastic Four. I don't know, just something about their faces. Like Donnie looks like a grape. He's ready to be squished. They're better than the designs in the Michael Bay produced movies, I'll give you that. But there's just something a little bit off with some of the animation. But the color scheme is nice. Like the colors seem striking in animation of the cityscape in particular. I give props to that. The voices of the Turtles and Batman, the voices didn't bother me. The plot of the film, the Turtles have come to Gotham to Shredder and the Foot Clan want this power generator. You find out they're working with Ra's al Ghul, and something to do with they got the ooze and they don't put it up, it's going to infect everybody. So them and Batman, as well as Robin and Batgirl, they all join up, and I don't know why the fuck this is called Versus, because the Versus is 30 seconds long and Batman just kicks all the four Turtles' asses. While he's also gotten his ribs fucking broken by the Shredder. So, because the Shredder has the fucking last airbender type shit, that, whatever. And again, broke Batman's ribs to the point he was fucking bleeding from his mouth, like coughing up blood. But he was able to beat all four Turtles' asses with broken ribs, because Batman's gotta be OP. He's always gotta be OP. And maybe that's another thing. We did a PG-13 Ninja Turtle animated film, and it has to be with Batman. Like, why can't it just be this? Why can't it have a PG-13 animated film that's just you know, just have it be this. Just have it be this. You know, forget about Batman. Make PG-13 animated Turtles films. Why can't we do that? But no. Well, if you're with Batman, then we'll do it. Because we gotta have 85 fucking... And I liked a lot of the DC animated Batman films. I love The Dark Knight Returns with Peter Weller. I loved that movie. That's my favorite. I've liked some of the other ones. I like Under the Red Hood. That's one of the best ones, I think. But part of me is just, I'm getting so sick and tired of Batman. This type of guy that even liked the new trailer to that Batman movie, Robert Pattinson. I liked the trailer. But, yes, I'm getting fucking tired of Batman. I'm tired of him being so fucking OP. He could beat Darth Vader, he could beat the fucking Common Cold, he could beat a fucking planet with his fists, he could beat everything, everybody. He could beat your mama and your goldfish. He could beat taxes. He could beat Superman and Spider-Man and Power Man and Scuba Man, and he could beat Encino Man. Like, he could beat every fucking thing with his hands and his dick tied behind his back. It's like, I like Batman as well, but it's like, I did a bit much. Like, calm the fuck down with the Batman. I would much prefer this film without Batman and his crew, honestly. In fact, I would have preferred a movie where Batman is somewhere, the Turtles have to be there, so the Turtles have to team with Robin and Batgirl to fight all the inmates of Arkham Asylum, and that's the thing, Robin and Batgirl, like, somehow they're taking to Arkham Asylum, these guys, and these guys are locked in Arkham Asylum, and there's a prison riot. Batman and them can't get in right now, so the Turtles are battling all the inmates of Arkham Asylum. I want to see that movie. Kind of like the Turtles version of Assault on Precinct 13, except kind of reverse, and in my dreams. But I remember in the comic book, I'll mention this before I forget, there was a great scene between Raphael and Batman, where Raphael is his loner and Batman follows him, and Raphael's so angry, and Batman gives him this talk about being understanding, but then he also mentions what happened to his life, and Raphael, that kind of sobers him up, because here he is complaining, bitching about it, whatever the fuck, but here's a guy who lost his family and is alone, and Raphael's like, man, I got my brothers. That was like a good, emotional, sobering moment in the comic book, and of course you don't bring that into this, and maybe it's based on one of the other comics, that's why, but I know I'm going over the place, but it's just one of those things where I feel frustrated because I want to like this so badly like everyone else did. I want to love it so badly. But it's just either Batman being so fucking OP, he could take down the Foot Clan, go toe-to-toe with the Shredder, to almost a fucking stalemate, then beat, literally, after the Shredder did his fucking last Airbender, super punch, whatever, broken ribs, he beats all four Turtles' asses like nothing. Even Leo or Raph, I'm like, wow, just make the Turtles 4 fucking losers, why don't you? Make them 4 sissies pussies. Because of course, I mean, do you think DC's don't let it's Batman, of course. Batman can destroy the fucking world with just a thimble. That's something just getting a bit old for me, I guess. And the story, I didn't care for the idea of turning, oh cool, Arkham Asylum, how the Turtles gonna handle dealing with Joker, how they gonna handle dealing with Two-Face, how they gonna handle dealing with Bane. Could be interesting. No, let's have them be mutants, so Mr. Freeze is a fucking polar bear. Joker doesn't do much and he's a fucking snake. I'm like, really? We gotta have them. I'm guessing that was a storyline in the comic, one of the versions of these comics, not the version I read. And also, the inconsistent tone was a bit weird. Okay, this is a PG-13. This is a movie that has Raphael kneeing someone in the face in blood. Ooh, cool. Ra's al Ghul decapitates a fucking guard. Oh, shit. Shredder stabs someone in the back as if he's the fucking Predator. In fact, like, does what Predator did in Predator 2. Like, just from... And you see it protruding through the guy, but they're hiding it with clothes here. But you still see it. But on the flip side, then the next scene will be Mighty skateboarding around the mansion and knocks over Alfred, who's holding a shitload of pizzas. And then Alfred has it by the bandana, and it's just a very inconsistent tone. Like, this scene is in a movie where I just saw someone get fucking decapitated, and Shredder stabs someone like the Predator. Or the Shredder kills a Foot Clan member by a ninja star to the head. But on the flip side, you have Batgirl and Donnie having an argument. I'm not going to call it ooze. That sounds ew. Because Batgirl doesn't want to call it ooze. He would call it... I'm like, this is a very weird tone. Like, it's fucking violent, but then it's very goofy. People, I mean, like the 1990 Ninja Turtles, they did that fairly well. Where yes, it's goofy, and yeah, it got serious. But imagine that goofiness, and then all of a sudden, Shredder really did decapitate someone's head. You'd be like, and then the next scene, oh, Bossa Nova. You'd be like, people are like, well, Matt, that's the comic books of the Ninja Turtles. But the Turtles still felt a bit more serious in the comic of the old days of the black and white compared to these guys, in particular Mighty, which Mighty at times got on my nerves. Mighty at times got annoying as fuck for me with his humor in this. Again, it's that weird inconsistent tone I had with it. Now again, there are moments I like. I like the moment where the Turtles fight the Penguin's goons and like Raph knees a guy in the face. And at first I did to Mighty being a fan of comic books and he loves this comic book like world. Why do they have blimps everywhere? And wow, this guy a penguin, he's flying away with a umbrella that also was a gun. But to me that got old real quick. And I did not give a fuck about Robin. He was a little turd. I wanted to see his fucking face blown off. Even Robin was kicking these guys' ass. Robin. It had to take the four of them and then Mighty sitting on him to finally stop it. But like, Robin was giving them almost a run for his money by his fucking self. And the Arkham Asylum, oh cool, like I said, and then, oh no, they're mutants. I didn't give a fuck about them being mutants. And that was a really disappointing set of sequences because, okay, here's Raph, Mighty, and Robin. They don't fight Mr. Freeze, who's a polar bear. They don't do much, and then they gotta run away from him. So they don't really stop him. Then you get the Poison Ivy, but then it's that humor. Oh, she can't get to them. So they just walk around her. Donnie and Batgirl, they fight Bane. Bane tries to break Donnie's bat. He has a shell. It doesn't work. And then Batgirl knocks... Donnie didn't really do anything. He just, thank God he had a shell. It was Batgirl that fucked up Bane. So I guess technically Donnie helped. He helped by being a willing victim. That thankfully, because his shell didn't break. So yeah, I guess technically he helped. If they do give it, I mean, to Leo, where he has the Scarecrow gas and he overcomes it and knocks out Scarecrow. But the others don't really get much great moments, in my opinion, during the fucking whole Arkham Asylum. And even then, it was all just a diversion, so it didn't really matter at the end of the day. And I don't even remember them giving whatever. Then Raph fucks up. Batman gets injected. He turns to a bat. Mikey's able to inject retromutagen, turn Batman back into human again. And then they must have learned from the Michael Bay TMNT film with this. Raph out of the blue comes up with this family talk. You know what would have been nice in the writing? Have something leading up to that. Maybe the scene I talked about where, you know, their Raph goes off, Batman follows him, does that talk earlier in the film. And then after some of this happens, then it's Raph's turn to give him a talk. You set it up, but here there's no setup to it. It's just all of a sudden Raph, he thinks he's fucking Dr. Phil. You know, I'm a loner, I go out there, but then I realize my family's gotta bail me out. And, you know, family... Are you Vin Diesel? Talking about family? I feel like Elias Koteas. You call this a family, huh? That right there? A family? Like, have at least a little bit of setup. Oh, Matt, you're being too harsh. You know, for a fucking film that gets a 7.1, you're damn right. You're damn right. You're damn skippy. Because no one else is going to, and that's fine. If I'm the asshole, I'm glad to play the asshole. Not just on TV. I'm not saying this is the worst thing ever. I'm not saying it's worse than Michael Bay's TMNT films. I'm not saying it's worse than the Coming Out of the Shells tour video or Turtle Tunes or We Wish You a Turtles Christmas, which those are coming soon because those are other requests Johnny paid for me to review. It's just, to me, it's disappointing. The plot was disappointing. The inconsistent tone. Again, you have people being murdered, but then you have, you know, some of this other goofy shit. And humor. I don't think that gelled the best, in my personal opinion. They do the whole chase scene where they're each in their vehicles, the Batmobile and the Turtle Van. They do some stuff. For me personally, I think Raphael should have had a lot more to do. Yes, I know he's my favorite. One thing I did fuck up, and I will admit I fucked up the last time. One of the reasons I deleted the video, because I fucked up, because I turned, and I was turning doing something, and I didn't fucking know as Raph did do something in the third act. Because, I mean, so technically they all have their moments. Leo beats Ra's al Ghul by himself. Donnie and Mikey stop the machine. Batman is fighting the Shredder, and Raph does this one thing where he gets his shell to hit Shredder in the face. And I know I'm being stupid about this, but part of me went, did Batman really need help, or did they just do that to go, oh shit, yeah, give Raph something to do? But I guess technically Batman was getting beaten up. So, yeah, they give Raph something to do, and then Batman beats up the Shredder. You know, if that's the case, why don't you just have Batman and Raphael both fight the Shredder? And both take him out. I would have preferred that. You know, that I would have been happy with that. But, you know, it's Batman. He's got to do it mostly himself. This is Batman. I don't know, I just... Like I said, I mean... It's DC, so obviously DC is going to want their boy to be front and center, of course. It's DC. In the back, you have Batman, 80 years right there. They're not going to give more leeway to the fucking Turtles. It's Batman's show, it's Batman's game. And Nickelodeon doesn't give a fuck about these guys, so like, yeah, do whatever, who gives a shit. This is not a crossover I was on pins and needles for anyway. I was like, oh my god, I hope they do that. No, again, you don't do a PG-13 animated film of these guys, and it's gotta be with Batman being OP, and I would have preferred a better story. I would have preferred a story, like I said, deal with all these Batman criminals. Let's see how the Turtles deal with them. But then it wouldn't be a Batman movie anymore. Well, it'd be Batman's villains. How have it be some weird thing where it's some dimensional shift, they're not in the same universe, and somehow Batman is now in New York, and he's got to battle the Shredder and the Foot Clan, and the Turtles are in Arkham Asylum, they got to battle all this shit. And both of them got to survive before they got to go back to their different dimensions. I would have preferred that as a story. Just the whole Joker and all these guys becoming mutants, and it's pretty much a side story, like a side quest to the main story. And Ra's al Ghul, I don't give a fuck about Ra's al Ghul. I never really gave a fuck about Ra's al Ghul. I did moments, Batman vs. Shredder, that was a fun fight, to be honest. Yeah, I can agree with that. Some moments with the Turtles were cool, I can admit that too. But this is a film I haven't seen since I first reviewed it, and I'll probably never see again. Because again, it just, to me, if you want the tone to be consistent, either, if it's going to be that violent, don't be so fucking goofy in the next scene or two. If you don't want to set up moments like Raph giving this pep talk about family, have something to build up from that. Set it up. That would be nice. Could you set it up first, please? You even had a fucking comic book that with the same title that you could have done it with. I know, because I read the fucking comic. It was, for me, my favorite part of that fucking comic. You could have put that in there. Maybe fix the designs a little bit. Like, tweak the designs of these guys a little bit. Don't make Donnie look like a fucking grape ready to pop. And that's just me. That's a nitpick. I mean, I guess technically it's a rant, but it just... I could not get into this. I could not get into this watching it back then. I could not get into it watching it now. Sorry, I just can't. Tried. You don't know how fucking badly I tried. It just... There's a lot of stuff that just annoyed me. And I think Mikey was less and less funny as it went on. Robin and Batgirl could go fuck off. I didn't give a shit about him. I've never given a shit about him, honestly, to be fair. I like Batman stories when he's by himself. When he's with Robin and Batgirl, I could give a rat's ass. The Batman stuff I liked the most was when he was by himself. Movies like Batman Returns, or even, The Dark Knight Returns. Those are the Batman stuff Hell, I probably would have preferred if you had no Batgirl and Robin. But then you wouldn't have the fucking family thing. There's a fucking Fast and Furious from family. There you go, Ninja Turtles meets Fast and Furious. Raph and Vin Diesel can have a diesel off or something. Family. And they both have a family off. Mikey and Tyrese can fucking goof on each other. I don't know. fuck, I'd rather see that fucking crossover than this. I mean, I don't know why I keep picking it up. I know a lot of people disagree. That's fine. I'm not here to change people's minds. I'm here to give my honest opinion that someone asked for and paid for. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.